this is all ready to go. Yeah, so I want to show you how I use the stroke tool in both Photoshop and um, Clip Studio. Just a quick, easy way to make panels. So we're going to pretend, I'll start in Photoshop first. We'll pretend like this is a layout or pencil page instead of a finished ink page. This is the way I create my borders. Typically I'm working at, this is print size at 600 dpi. Depending on what size you work, it could change how thick you want your borders and such. So generally I'm going to grab the selection tool up here, and over here I make sure it's set to, I think this is technically called subtract. So I'm going to create my borders here. This is the general border. Now, because I have this on the subtract area, or the subtract selection, all I have to do is go in, take out the parts that I don't want. So in between the panels here. And I'm just eyeing it. I know a lot of people like to be much more specific about what their exact sizes are and stuff, but I've been doing it for 30 years, and generally, like, I can tell the top here is a little bit too high, but it's okay. I can basically eyeball it at this point for me. I'm also not a perfectionist. Like, I don't care if this line doesn't exactly line up. Sometimes for storytelling purposes, I'll make sure that I want it to. Anyway, so now I've got my areas selected here, and if I want to add another panel, let's say I want to make then I'll switch over here to the adding selections, and I can make another panel there if I wanted to. Obviously, once you're familiar with these tools, it makes it easier how to use different shapes and select different objects. And then I'll simply right-click, go to Stroke. Obviously, I'm going to choose your color. I'm going to choose black. I like my panels to be about 20 pixels in size. Bam. And I keep on another layer because it also makes it easier to, like, if you're drawing past the borderline, to erase it and stuff. Now I'll show you in Clip Studio, which I use mostly. So again, pretending like these are pencils, I'll create another layer. Make sure I've got the rectangle tool, and I'm using that again, that sort of subtract version. So now I'm going to go in and take out areas to create borders. And then in Clip Studio, it's slightly different. I'm sure there's a shortcut for this, but I go over here to Outline Selection, which is under the Edit. So same thing, I'm going to make it 20. Honestly, usually I go 22 just because my finger's already on the button. So that's about the width in which I like, and I draw on border. Oops, let me go back. I gotta make sure the color is right. All right, so Edit, Outline Selection. Oh, okay, my colors are over here. It's the only problem going back and forth between Photoshop and stuff. And there it is. And the same thing, you can choose different, I can make a circle here if I want to. Outline selection, so now I've got like a circle outline. So that's just a really quick, dirty, easy way to make panel borders. There's also sorts of different other variations, but that's the most basic way of going about it. And Clip Studio actually has like templates already ready and other easy ways to make panel borders, but I've never learned that part yet. So I just kind of do it my quick and easy way. And anyway, there you go. Quick way to make